I'm here with Shyla and Elson. First time I met you, but we're brother and sisters from another mother. So you're the spokesman for Election Justice USA, which was at the forefront. You filed a lawsuit on the day of the New York primary. I was unfortunately the only reporter who found it important to go cover a federal lawsuit being filed against the Board of Elections there. You're also, you're pro-Bernie. You kind of grew up in the area where he's from. How'd you feel when you heard the speech today, where there were inconsistencies, between what he said and her record?
Yeah, it's been, I think, a bit of an out-of-body experience for Bernie supporters today. I'm proud to be a national delegate representing Bernie's home delegation in Vermont. And as you said, I grew up with Bernie and the family and worked for Bernie and Jane when he was mayor. It's been a long journey and an extraordinary journey. Today is a very mixed day for, I think, Bernie Nation across the country and across the world. I think it's going to take some time for the reality of what happened today to sink in, and for us to evaluate where we go from here as a movement, and also look larger at the larger questions of what the implications of today's endorsement mean for November.
And one thing that kind of struck me is Bernie, I kind of felt, all right, he'll endorse her, but he's not going to stick with a script and be that diplomatic. It's fairly diplomatic. I mean, he said a lot of nice things about her. I don't need him to say Hillary Clinton's the devil while he's standing next to her. But you know Bernie pretty well. Do you feel there's things in the background that we probably don't know about, political matters, I don't want to say deals, but just things that he's doing and kind of stones he's paving for the future when he goes back to the Senate that went into this decision to endorse her now and to do it in a way that was fairly complimentary?
I think we can only speculate. As you say, there are a lot of theories out there about the subtexts and the potential inferences of this kind of strategic move. I know Bernie to be a man of absolute integrity to his core, and believe that whatever decision went behind, whatever thought process went behind his decision today, that I still believe with every fiber of my being he has the best interests of the American people, particularly working families, at heart in making this decision. I think Hillary Clinton has a credibility problem. I think that we've all understood and reviewed her record, which is widely known and widely available thanks to social media and folks like the Young Turks who are doing great work in making sure that facts are made available. It's going to take a lot of work for the Clinton campaign to persuade Sanders supporters that we really have a seat at the table, as she said at the end of her speech today. Bernie has set the gold standard for authenticity and transparency and integrity in American politics, and it's going to be very, very tough for any politician, but particularly one who is riddled with controversy and federal investigations, to rise to that standard.
And lastly, I can't not talk to you about the voter issue. A lot of people are angry, not just because he endorsed her, but they don't think she won fair and square. I'm not going to relitigate it. I've covered it a lot, and I agree. There's a lot of questions to be asked. New York, California, Arizona, it goes on and on. Going forward, obviously the media kind of glossed over it. They didn't cover it at all the voting inconsistencies, the fact that most of these issues somehow only ended up hurting Bernie Sanders. 125,000 people were purged, where he was born. I'm not going to speculate whether Hillary was involved. I don't know. But going forward, this isn't just about facing income inequality and climate change. This is about voting rights and voter suppression and voter integrity. What does Bernie's movement have to do going forward to keep this as an issue, local campaigns, state campaigns, and 2020?
That is one of the most important issues we could be talking about, Jordan. And I do feel if we're a dysfunctional family as the American voting public, this is the one issue nobody wants to talk about. It's taboo, it's uncomfortable, it's devastating, I think, for us to come to terms with the possibility that our elections might actually be rigged, that there's some manipulative process of suppressing votes. I have to say I was gratified to hear that the issue of voter suppression was actually raised on the stage today. I sincerely hope that means that there's an opening for a meaningful dialogue on the national level going forward. Nothing less than American democracy is at stake in this election. And one of the things that has hallmarked Bernie's candidacy, and it has hallmarked his career throughout his career, is that he has cast a bare bulb lens on the reality of American politics, on the reality of the disparities disparity and income inequality and all these other issues that have been raised in this campaign. And ultimately, by virtue of who he is and the campaign that he's run, he has, as an unintended consequence perhaps, shone a light on this very serious issue. What is happening to our American elections? How do we actually claim to be a true democracy when millions of people are prohibited from voting, either through suppression or votes that aren't even counted, or people standing in lines beyond physical stamina limits to simply have the honored privilege to vote in this country? That has to change, and I sincerely hope that this campaign and this movement has catalyzed that.
Thanks for everything you do. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Jordan. Great to see you.